characters, incidents, names, and situations used in this story are fictitious. The resemblance to any person living or dead is purely coincidental. The following video contains some horror elements and suitable for a mature audience, 16 plus. This channel and video is not for kids. Hello friends, I am Arian, and welcome to our channel, Midnight Horror Stories, where you get to hear true and scary ghost stories. But before starting the story, all the friends who have come to this channel for the first time, please subscribe to the channel, and if you like the story, then definitely introduce yourself in the comment section. Then let's do not take much time and start our story quickly. The story I am about to tell you is very important to hear in today's time. Friends, no matter how big and powerful the evil is in this world, it cannot stand in front of good. And if someone tries to cross this line of humanity, then how terrible the result can be, you will know after listening to this story. Now you know this, in Navratri, 9 forms of goddess Durga are worshipped for 9 days. This festival comes 4 times a year, but Chaitra and Shardiya Navratri are considered to be the most important. See, Nav means 9 and Ratri means night. Therefore, Navratri means the time of 9 nights. Some people look at the importance of Navratri from both a scientific and spiritual point of view, as if nature's obstructions are reduced at night, so that the thought waves of mantra chanting are not interrupted. And the mantras that are chanted at this time also give a lot of benefits. But big here, the point is what kind of mantras to chant. By the way, almost all people chant such mantras in which the mother goddess is pleased and the mind gets peace and the intellect and mind are purified. But there are some exceptions who want to take advantage of this Navratri in a different way, and that is Agori and Tantrik, etc. So the Tantrik whose story I have brought in front of you today, that Tantrik had been waiting for 9 days of this Navratri for a long time to perform a very big worship of yours. He was one such ritual performer that could make him immortal. Now, how true that is, I can't say, but it was believed by the Tantrik that he would become immortal after performing this ritual, and who is said to be the mother goddess of Tantriks, who is called Ma Kali Devi. She was going to give him such a boon, so he included a simple husband and wife in this ritual and imprisoned their children, and through them we got to know this story. So that was many years ago. I don't know the exact time, but it was before COVID, that's for sure. There used to be a happy family in that city of Bihar. He was survived by his wife Sujata and her husband Ramesh and 2 children, Ranjana and Sonu. It was a family, that is parents and children. It was not that Ramesh lived separately from his parents because of work. In fact, his parents lived in the street next to his house. But due to his love marriage with Sujata, his family members threw him out of the house. Ramesh and Sujata's 2 children were now 8 and 10 years old, but the resentment of his family members still remained. It was a small town where there were not many facilities, but there was enough to live. This family was playing like this when suddenly this family caught someone's eye. Gone. 2 girls aged around 8 to 10 years had gone missing from the area. With all this, Ramesh and Sujata started worrying about their daughter that someone would not kidnap her too. So they started keeping Ranjana at home now. Ranjana stayed at home and started playing, while his son Sonu used to play outside with his friends. One day Sonu was playing with his friends. Suddenly Sonu started looking in one direction. After some time, Sonu started moving in the same direction, mesmerized. Seeing him like this, one of his companions even asked him where he was going, but she didn't answer any of his questions. The child did not pay much attention to it, and he started playing with the other children. In the evening, all the children returned to their homes, but there was no trace of Sonu anywhere. Ramesh and Sujata waited for him. Those people thought that Sonu might have been engaged in playing, but when night started falling, those people started worrying about Sonu, and then Ramesh went to Sonu's friend's house and went there and asked about Sonu. Then a child told Ramesh that Sonu went away looking in one direction. He thought maybe he went home. It must have gone, but he didn't think it would escalate so much. Now the news of Sonu's disappearance spread like fire in that area. But they also had a clue that where Sonu has gone, he has gone of his own free will. But he was still a child, so everyone started looking for him. Some people also went to the place where Sonu was seen going, but there was only a little dense forest at some distance, and why would Sonu go there? Thinking of this, they did not go to the forest and look. They kept searching for Sonu all night, but Sonu was nowhere to be found. Sujata and Ramesh. He was regretting the mistake as to why they did not stop Sonu from going out too. So far, 24 hours have passed, but nothing has been found about Sonu. The people around took a lesson from this and started keeping their children at home. Now that all the children were at home, everyone was relaxed. During all this, one night when Ramesh was returning home from work, it took time for him to come, and it was 11 by now. In that small town, everyone was inside their homes at that time, and it was very dark everywhere. During this time, he saw a shadow near a house. Found standing. That shadow looked human, but her costume was quite strange. She was wearing something like a long black gown. Ramesh hid in a corner and kept an eye on his movements. After some time, the man raised one of his hands and clenched his fist towards the house. Then he began to chant strange mantras. The next moment he opened his fist, and then something came out of his fist and fell to the ground. Then he wrote something on the wall and left. After the man left, Ramesh came to the house and started seeing that, what did that guy come here to do? When he looked down, he saw that mustard and rice had fallen on the ground with red kumquat. At the same time, when his eyes went to the wall in front of him, he saw that there was a figure on that wall whose hands, feet, and head were made. Ramesh was surprised to see all this, and he now understood that the person who had come here must have gone to this house by doing sorcery. There was no one around at the time, so Ramesh was now a little scared, so he started going home quickly. Sleep was still far away from Sujata's eyes, because her child who was missing, she was awake when she had put Ranjana to sleep. Ramesh hurried home, but then he heard the sound of someone's footsteps. When Ramesh stopped and looked back, he saw no one there. He felt that it would be his fault, so he started moving forward again. But after a while, he heard the voice again. Ramesh was very nervous. He was now convinced that it was not his fault, so he increased the speed of his steps. But here, those other steps are already heard. It was much faster. Ramesh was very nervous about all this, but then he stopped at once. For about half a second after he stopped, he heard the sound of footsteps, and then there was complete silence in the atmosphere. Ramesh was now much more nervous than before. It was the month of September now. There wasn't that much heat in the atmosphere. There was also a cold wind blowing from above, but Ramesh was drenched in sweat with fear. Ramesh had come to know that there was danger looming over him and he should run away from here anyway. Thinking of this, Ramesh did all his. They gathered strength and started running from there. During this time, there was a sound of someone running away from behind him, but Ramesh kept running without stopping and kept running until he came home. When he came home, he started knocking loudly on the door. At the same time, he looked back again and again and said, "Open the door quickly." Sujata, who was awake at that time, quickly opened the door. Seeing her husband panicking as soon as she opened the door, she asked him what happened. "Why are you so afraid?" But Ramesh did not say anything, and hurriedly he opened the door and then went and sat down. He was halfway due to running too fast and fearing, and during this time he said, "Give water." Sujata hurriedly gave him a glass of water. Ramesh drank all the water in one breath and then spoke. "Just now when I was coming home, I saw a black shadow that was doing sorcery on a house. When I got out of there, he probably followed me. How I escaped with my life is known to me. You keep the door closed and don't let Ranjana out." Hearing this, Sujata said with surprise, "Who was that guy?" Ramesh said he didn't know, but he was doing tricks. "In the morning, we have to tell everyone about it so that everyone can help us catch it. He may have made our children disappear." Sujata did not say anything further, but then the next moment he heard the sound of a glass breaking. Hearing that voice, both husband and wife were very nervous. Then Ramesh picked up the stick and said, "You stay here, I see him. Whoever he is, he may have come inside the house. Maybe he's got to know that I've seen him do that trick." Saying this, Ramesh took a stick and said that the sound started going in the direction. During this time, Sujata also started following her because she was afraid that the strange man would harm her husband. The voice was coming from the kitchen. When both of them reached the kitchen, they saw that there was no one else in the kitchen and their son Sonu. Seeing this, tears came in the eyes of both husband and wife, and then Ramesh threw the stick and then ran to his son and hugged him and said, "Who had gone? How much have we searched for you? But you didn't get it. Where did you go?" But Sonu did not say anything, that he just stared flatly at the front. Seeing this, Sujata patted his head and then took his little face in her hands and said, "What's the matter, son? Why don't you say anything?" But Sonu still did not say anything. Meanwhile, a man in a 5-foot-tall dark black cloak came out from behind the kitchen door and said, "This is not going to listen to you. It will do what I tell him." Hearing this, both husband and wife looked in the direction of the voice and found the man in front of them. Seeing that man, Sujata, at his feet, "Whoever you are, please spare our child. What wrong have we done to you that you are doing this to us?" But then the man said, "My name is Narsingh, and I am a Tantrik. Your child's life will not be in vain. He is of great use to me because I will please the goddess with him, and then I will gain many powers. At the same time, I will also become immortal." Hearing this, both husband and wife were very nervous. Then Ramesh said, "Look, please leave my child. That's how we do in our lives." They are very upset. Now we will not be able to bear more pain than this. Narsingh said, "It is easy for you to say, but for me this task is very difficult. You know how I found your child. I need such children for my sadhana who are 1 in a million, and your child is also like that. But let me make you an offer. If you want to save your child, you have to do one thing for me. I need 12 girls for my sadhana, not more than those who are up to 10 years old, and take care that the amount of those 12 girls should be different. I have Libra, Pisces, and Scorpio Virgo. You will have to arrange for the girls of the remaining 9 zodiac signs. Navratri is just around the corner, and you have to make arrangements for them before that." Hearing this, Sujata said, "But what will you do with those girls?" Then Narsingh said, "I have to do a sadhana. In that sadhana, I need those 12 zodiac girls. I will be at their center, and after that, I will become immortal." Ramesh said, "That means you don't need our son. Then why are you holding him? See, we won't tell this to anybody. Please spare our son." Hearing this, a look of anger appeared on Narsingh's face, and he said, "I have told you what you have to do. Now, if you don't do what I want, remember it. Your son is completely under my control. He will do what I say." Hearing this, Sujata started crying. Then Narsingh began to speak again. "You have to kidnap the girls and bring them to the forest near here. Then I pick him up from there. I will go. There will be 9 children. I'll leave your child." Narsingh glanced at Sonu and said, "Let's get out of here now." After this, Sonu started leaving from there with that Tantrik. His family tried to stop him. Then Narsingh said, "Let him go. Even if you stop it, it will neither eat nor drink anything, which can lead to its death." Hearing this, both husband and wife let him go with a heavy heart. After this, both husband and wife decided that if they wanted to save their son, then they should talk about that Tantrik. You have to accept it. But here there was also a comfort in the minds of both of them that their son is safe, and if they accepted all the words of that Tantrik, then they would get their son. But this was his biggest mistake because a different Kichdi was cooking in the mind of that Tantrik. The next day, both husband and wife together started looking for girls of different zodiac signs in the locality. Both of them did not have much knowledge of zodiac signs. So Ramesh took a book inside, which a lot of information was written about the zodiac signs. Based on this book, they planned to kidnap the girls. Engaged. On the same evening, they found an 8-year-old girl from a family in the next street. His zodiac sign was Aquarius, and his age was also correct as told by the Tantrik. That's why both of them thought of kidnapping the girl. Now the problem here was that the child lived in another street, and her parents kept her at home because of these kidnappings happening nearby. Both of them tried hard to reach the girl, but it was all in vain. During this time, even after 2 days when no girl was found by that Tantrik, one night she was with Sonu, came to their house. Both of them were surprised to see the Tantrik and their child there. But then the next moment, the Tantrik gave Sujata a strong slap that made her fall away. Ramesh started taking care of Sujata, but then the Tantrik said angrily, "I had said one thing to both of you, but you didn't do that either, and get ready to see the fruits of it." He looked at Sonu and said, "Go hit your head against the wall until you are bleeding." Hearing this, Ramesh got very nervous and started stopping Sonu. Now Sonu was a child. That is why he was not able to stand in front of Ramesh. Angered by all this, Sonu bit Ramesh hard. Ramesh was able to control her even though she was in so much pain. He didn't want his son to be harmed. Meanwhile, Sonu continued to bite, and he bit Ramesh so hard that Sonu uprooted the upper part of his skin along with the flesh. A fountain of blood erupted from Ramesh's wrist, which now soaked the surrounding area. Seeing all this, Sujata was very nervous, and she ran to find him. Where Sonu has his father's mouth in his mouth, the wrist was a piece of meat. Seeing all this, Sujata got very angry and gave Sonu a strong slap and said angrily, "What did you do? You attacked your own father. They wounded him so badly. I won't leave you." Sujata started crying and slapping him continuously. During this time, Sonu was staring at him with tearing eyes, and he was trying his best to free himself from Ramesh's clutches, but his efforts were not successful. Meanwhile, Narsingh again said, "Just do it. Now calm down. Go." After this, Sonu's facial expressions became flat again. Then Narsingh said again, "Did you not have any fear for me that you did not do my work? You know what the result of this can be. Yet why did you not do my work yet? Not a single girl has come to me." Hearing this, Sujata cried and said, "We had tried to bring a girl to you, but to her house. If they keep him at home, how do we get him? We can't forcibly enter their house and take away the child." Hearing this, a few expressions appeared on Narsingh's face. Then he thought for a while and said, "Yes, you are right that it is a little difficult for you to do this work. So we can do one more thing. Who are those girls? Where do they live? Find out, and then mix that ghost given by me in some fruit or sweets and feed it to that child. After that, the child will come to me on her own. But yes, keep in mind that the ghost mixed fruit or sweet should be fed only after noon because its effect will last for 12 hours. Within this, that child will have to come to me. Otherwise, that trick it will end there." Both husband and wife agreed, and then Narsingh took out white powder from his bundle and gave it to both of them, and then left from there. The next day, Ramesh got his hands bandaged, and at the same time, Sujata made laddus at home and sent those laddus to the girl's house. The little girl Roshni and her daughter Ranjana often played together. That is why Roshni's family members did not know about this conspiracy. After 10 p.m., both husband and wife came out of their house and started keeping an eye on Roshni's house. After walking around there for about 2 hours, Roshni's house, the door opened and the light came out of it with a flat expression on his face. Seeing him, there was a sense of relief on the faces of both husband and wife, and then both of them started going toward the forest with him. At this time, all the people around were sleeping, so no one even saw them. They took the light with them to the forest with great ease. Only after going a little deeper into the forest, they saw Sonu. Seeing her son there, Sujata's eyes were teary-eyed. Then Sonu said with a flat expression on his face, "Now you guys go. From here on, I'll take it and be careful. Don't try to follow me." Both husband and wife agreed to this, and then both of them left Roshni there and went towards their house. At the same time, Roshni went somewhere in the depths of that forest with Sonu. The next day, there was an uproar at Roshni's house. No one could understand where the light had gone. Now that the door of the house was open, it was understood that the light had gone on her own free will. But where could such a small girl go without telling her? Everyone together searched for the light, but they could not find it. Sujata and Ramesh consoles Roshni's family. In the eyes of everyone, both of them were victims themselves because their son who disappeared, so no one even suspected them. Now Roshni's family got busy looking for Roshni. At the same time, Ramesh and Sujata started making arrangements to find the next child. The search ended in a small house in the village where a 9-year-old girl lived. The girl's name was Kanika. This Gemini girl was going to be their next victim. But the problem here was that either Ramesh or Sujata, I didn't even know any members of the family. That's why those people were not able to reach Kanika. The next night, Ramesh and Sujata reached the forest, where Sonu was standing a little inside the forest. He was there for the next child, but today they were both empty-handed. Seeing him empty-handed, before Sonu could say anything, Ramesh said, "Call Narsingh Ji here. We have to talk to him urgently." Hearing this, Sonu asked them to stop and closed his eyes. Sonu stood with his eyes closed for about 10 to 15 minutes. After some time, Narsingh came from inside the forest. He came and then said to Ramesh, "You guys are empty-handed again today." Hearing this, Ramesh said, "We did not want to come empty-handed. But what do? We were helpless. We've seen the Gemini girl. She lives on the outskirts of our village. But the problem here is that we can't reach him because we don't have anything to do with him. And just like that, we can't get into his house and pick him up. So tell me, what should we do?" Hearing this, the Tantrik started thinking about something. Then after a while he said, "You guys come here again tomorrow night. Till then, I will be a part of all this. I will find a solution. Hearing this, Ramesh and Sujata returned home. The next night, they again went to the forest, and then Narsingh was seen standing with Sonu on the border of the forest. As soon as Narsingh came to him, Narsingh gave a red bundle in Ramesh's hands and he said, "Go home and open this bundle, and yes, take care. After opening this bundle, at least keep meat and liquor according to 4 people. And accounting, she is my slave, and she will do what I say. I've ordered him to go and work with you. But mind you, his dose of 1 day is as much as I just told you. If you have to give her meat and alcohol every day accordingly, she will work for you. But if you don't give it, he might do something to your own house." Beyond this, both husband and wife did not say anything, and then both of them came home with that bundle. Now both the vegetarians did not have meat at their house, so they took that bundle to that time didn't open. They thought that they would open that bundle tomorrow. After bringing all this and thinking of this, they kept that bundle in the cupboard. The next morning, both husband and wife went to arrange meat and alcohol, and now their daughter Ranjana was alone at home. Along with this, the bundle was also kept in that cupboard. Here, Ranjana used to put her mother's jewelry and makeup items in her hand in her absence. She used to use it. Children often have such a hobby, and on the same day, Ranjana also thought of doing it. Ranjana is her mother and father. She went to the room and started putting on Sujata's makeup. At the same time, his eyes fell on the red bundle kept in the cupboard. When Ranjana saw the red bundle made of velvet, she thought that there must be some jewelry of her mother inside it. Thinking of this, Ranjana opened the bundle. At the same time, a black smoke came out from inside the bundle and entered Ranjana's body directly. Ranjana fell to the ground and started sobbing. She was losing control of her body, and then in a short time she fell unconscious on the spot. After a while, his parents brought meat and wine. He came home and found Ranjana unconscious in his room. Now before they could pick up Ranjana, Ranjana woke up from the smell of the flesh. A terrible smile appeared on his face, and he quickly went and took the bag of meat and tore it up. As soon as this happened, all the meat came out of that bag and fell on the ground, and then Ranjana started eating the meat raw in a very terrible way. Seeing all this, Sujata was very nervous. He could not understand why Ranjana was suddenly behaving like this. At the same time, Ramesh's eyes fell on the red bundle which was lying open on the ground. It was. Seeing this, Ramesh's eyes widened with fear, and then he glanced at Ranjana again. Meanwhile, Sujata's voice fell in his ear. "See, our Ranjana does not know what happened. It is behaving in a very strange way." Hearing this, Ramesh did not say anything, and then he came to Ranjana with slow steps, who was sitting on the ground eating that raw meat. Coming to Ranjana, he put his hand on Ranjana's shoulder and said, "Ranjana, daughter." After hearing this voice, Ranjana stopped and then looked back and then started eating meat again. Seeing this, Ramesh beat his forehead. He sat there and cried. Meanwhile, Sujata came to Ramesh and said, "What has happened to our Ranjana? Why don't you say something?" Hearing this, Ramesh sobbed, "What can I say? I, Sujata, our Ranjana, has opened that bundle and freed that phantom, and now that phantom is in our daughter's body." Hearing this, Sujata got very nervous, and she ran to Ranjana and shook her and said, "Ranjana, son, this is me. Mother, this is you." Sujata shook him violently as she spoke. All this made the soul present in Ranjana's body very angry, and he gave Sujata a vigorous push that pushed her away. It was not a trivial feat for a little girl like Ranjana to push Sujata away. Sujata was very nervous about all this. At the same time, Ranjana jumped like a leopard and sat right on top of Sujata, and then she said in her terrible voice, "Ranjana is not here anymore. This body is mine from now on." Saying this, she started strangulating Sujata, but then Ramesh removed it from Sujata with all his might. All this made Ranjana very angry, but now before she could harm Ramesh, Ramesh said, "Self, we will do what we say, but don't do anything to our daughter." Hearing this, Ranjana said, "Okay, then keep bringing meat, etc. for me, and if you tell anyone, then you will not care." Hearing this, Ramesh said, "Narsinghji had sent you with us for a work, so will you not do that work?" Hearing this, worry lines appeared on Ranjana's face, and she started running out of the house. Seeing this, Ramesh also started running after him. Ranjana ran toward the forest. When she came there, she started walking towards the forest. During this, Ramesh also started following him. For about 20 to 25 minutes, after going deep into the forest, they came to the place where a flat ground was made by cutting the plants. There was a fire pit in the middle of that place, in which Narasimha was performing some rituals. During this time, 4, 8, 10-year-old girls and Sonu were standing there. Seeing Ranjana there, Narsing's hands stopped and he said in a flat tone, "Why are you occupying this child's body? Didn't you do the work I sent you to do?" By now, Ramesh had also reached there. Seeing him there, Narsing's face looked angry. The emotion came and he threw the ghost on Ranjana after chanting some mantras. Ranjana was badly tormented by all this. Seeing this, Ramesh came to him and tried to stop Narsing. Seeing this, Narsing said to the children present near him, "Catch this man." Hearing this, all the children started holding Ramesh, and then Narsing started chanting mantras again. At the same time, Ranjana's body was gripped by shiny ropes. Then Narsing said angrily, "How dare you bring him here? And now you will be punished for it." Hearing this, Ranjana said, "Leave me. It was with great difficulty that I found this child's body. I will do what you say." Hearing this, Narsing stopped, and then he looked at Ramesh. Then Narsing chanted mantras and patted Ranjana's head. Shortly after doing this, black smoke started coming out of Ranjana's body. After a while, when the smoke stopped coming out of Ranjana's body, Ranjana fell unconscious there. He then glanced at Ramesh and said, "I told you not to come here, but you still came here." Hearing this, Ramesh said, "I was afraid it would harm my daughter. That's why I came after it here. Other than that, I had no intention." Hearing this, Narsing said, "Okay, but now I can't believe you. You have seen this place, and now you can go and tell your villagers. So I'll let you go, but your daughter will stay here with me now, until you have arranged for the rest of the girls." Hearing this, Ramesh started crying and begging, "Don't say this. You already have my son, and now you are taking my daughter too." Then Narsing said, "You will get your children after my work is done. So focus on getting the kids as soon as possible. Otherwise, I will definitely give their dead bodies to you." Then he looked in one direction and said, "And remember that from now on you have to do what you say. After this, if there is any mistake, I will destroy you." Hearing this, Ramesh came home crying with that shadow, and now he wanted to get his children back by any means. When he came home, he told Sujata all this. Hearing this, Sujata started crying because earlier her son had gone, and now the daughter was also in the clutches of that Tantrik. Meanwhile, Ramesh said, "We have to make arrangements for the rest of the children quickly to save our children, and this shadow will help us in this work. Now listen carefully. We have to make arrangements for the rest of the children as soon as possible. We have to go here and there to find out how many more girls are there and where they are. We will gather all the information about them during the day, and at night we will take this phantom and go to the girl's house, where this phantom occupies the body of that girl and takes her out. He will bring it, and then we will take him to the Tantrik." Sujata shook her head in the affirmative, as she just wanted to have her children by any means. The two husbands and wives investigated for 3 or 4 days about the rest of the children. They finally found out about the children and waited for nightfall. As night fell, Ramesh and Sujata left their house. It was 12 o'clock in the night, and it was just the right time for them because no one is awake at this time. And in a small town, it was very much like it. There was no chance. Well, both husband and wife came out of their house and came towards a house. After going there, Ramesh said to the phantom, "Quickly go inside this house and bring that child out." Hearing this, the shadow quickly went inside the house, and as soon as he went inside, he got into the body of the girl sleeping near her mother. Due to this, the child sat up suddenly, and now she got up from the bed and came out. Coming out, she, along with Ramesh and Sujata, started moving toward the forest. After coming to the forest, Ramesh sent the girl with Sonu, and then Ramesh and Sujata started coming back home. It's 3 o'clock now. Ramesh said, "I don't think we will be able to kidnap these girls for long, because now all the villagers will be alerted, and then they will start guarding at night." Sujata said, "So what will we do now? Navratri is also coming tomorrow, and if that Tantrik does not get the rest of the girls, he will kill our children." Hearing this, a plan came to Ramesh's mind, and he said, "We can do one thing. We know which girls we want to kidnap, so why don't we kidnap all the girls tomorrow?" Hearing this, Sujata said in surprise, How can this be? Because we have only one phantom, and he can occupy the body of one child at a time. Then Ramesh said, we will do one thing. By mixing the ghost given by that Tantrik in some food item, we will first control those children, and then as soon as this happens, we will remove that ghost from the child's body and leave it in the body of another child. Hearing this, Sujata said, yes, it will be fine. Once we find our children, we will go far from here. But what do you think this Tantrik has to do? Why should? What will he do with these kids? Ramesh said while thinking about something. He was telling them that he wanted to perform a ritual with these children so that he would become more powerful, or maybe he would become immortal. Maybe that's what he said. Hearing this, a lot of expressions started coming on Sujata's face, and then she said, I have heard that some people who do black magic sacrifice children during Navratri. This Tantrik is not going to do anything like this. If this happens, we will also be partners in this sin. Hearing this, Ramesh wondered, and then after a while he said that nothing like this will happen, and even if it is, I do not care, because I only want my children. Apart from this, the rest of the people die or live. And if Sujata had been any other parent in our place, he would have done the same. After all, what is more important to anyone than your own children? Now don't think too much about it and make something and put that ghost inside it. We have to do this work tomorrow. Beyond this, Sujata could not say much because she was in a religious crisis. Because on the one hand, so there were her children, and on the other side were the little innocent children who were the same age as her children. Well, she somehow explained herself and thought about saving her child. She had thought that once she saved her children, she would tell all the people about that Tantrik. And then after that, what to do with that Tantrik. What not to do, she would see more people. Thinking of all this, Sujata started making laddus by mixing the ghost. On the other hand, another child had disappeared from that town. That's why the people there were very nervous, because now their children were not even safe inside the house, and now they thought of doing something about it. Together they thought of guarding them at night so that if any of their children are missing, they will know who is missing them. The initiative made Ramesh and Sujata's task even more difficult. But then Ramesh came up with an idea. After 11 p.m., Ramesh made tea and then brought it to all the guards. Everyone drank tea without any questions and answers, because they had to stay up all night, and that's what they thought Ramesh wants to help them. Shortly after drinking tea, all those people started fainting one by one, and then Ramesh got a chance to execute his plan. After getting Ramesh's signal, Sujata came out of the house with laddus, and then they fed those laddus to all those girls one by one, and then they started moving towards the forest with those girls. There was a sense of satisfaction on Ramesh's face that he would finally take his children safely. But there was a doubt in Sujata's mind. He doubted that even after taking all these children, he would still be a Tantrik. What will she do if she doesn't leave her children? Or even if he abandoned her children and sacrificed the others, how would she save them? If he told all the people there, they would all blame him for it. But if she remains calm, she will be responsible for the death of so many children. Thinking of all this, the forest came, and then now Sonu was waiting for them in the forest. On seeing him, Ramesh said, "Call the Tantrik Ji because we have brought all the children here according to his instructions, and now we want our children." Hearing this, Sonu, he said, "Tantrik Ji was waiting for you people. He has called you to him. Come with me." After speaking, Sonu started moving forward. During this time, Ramesh, Sujata, and all the girls were following Sonu. While walking on that path in the forest, Ramesh found that it was not the same path as before. It was a very different path from that. Well, they all followed Sonu to a small house built inside the forest. Now, before Ramesh could say anything, the Tantrik came out from inside that house and said, "You have done a very good job, Ramesh, in such a short time. You made me happy by arranging all the children. Come in." After saying that, the Tantrik turned around and started going back inside the house. But at the same time, Sujata said, "We do not go anywhere. We did as you said, so now you free our children from it. We have to go home." Hearing this, the Tantrik turned around and said, "Your daughter is lying unconscious inside. You guys come in and get him." Beyond this, both of them came in, not saying much. There was a slight smoke inside which was going through his nostrils and inside his body. They both looked at this side, didn't pay much attention. But the next moment, both of their heads began to feel heavy. Seeing the deteriorating health, Sujata said to Ramesh, "I do not know why my head is spinning," Ramesh said with surprise. "It is amazing. My head is also spinning a little." Both of them could not say anything further because they had lost control over their body, and both of them fell on the ground like ripe fruit. When they opened their eyes, they found that they were tied to a tree with a thick trunk, and right in front of them, the Tantrik Narsingh was lighting a fire in a pool. I was chanting something. During this time, all those children were standing in a circle around that Tantrik. A strange goddess statue was placed in front of that Tantrik. Seeing all this, both of them started trying to free themselves from those ropes. At the same time, Ramesh said angrily, "I obeyed all your words. I did what you said. But despite that, you did not spare my children and held us captive here. Why?" Hearing this, the Tantrik stopped chanting and said, "You both have a lot to say about me, and if I had let you go, everyone would have known about me by now. That's why I was compelled to imprison you here. By the way, I forgot to tell you one thing, that I also needed a real brother and sister to complete this ritual, which I have in the form of your children." Hearing this, Sujata panicked and said, "What kind of ritual are you doing, and what will you do with these children in this ritual?" Hearing this, a terrible smile floated on the Tantrik's face, and he said, "You both know Goddess Kali. She is a form of Durga Ma and the goddess of us Tantriks. During the days of Navratri, if the girl of the 12 zodiac signs and the boy of the Lord of the Zodiac is sacrificed by worshiping them by law, then the seeker can become immortal, and your children will help me a lot in this work. I would have let you both go if I wanted to, but now you have to die." Hearing this, Sujata angrily said, "Hypocritical Tantrik, how can you even think that the goddess will be happy with you by killing so many innocent children like this? By doing all this, God will never be happy with you. And if Goddess Kali is watching all this, then she will definitely stop you from doing all this." Hearing this, Ramesh said angrily, "Shut up, Sujata. Don't make the Tantrik angry unnecessarily. And Tantrik Ji, please take offense to his words. If you ask us, we will arrange more children for you. But please leave us and our children. We won't tell anybody anything." Hearing this, Narsingh said, "I am not going to leave you people. And as for Goddess Kali, she also wants the same. You must not forget that no big change happens just like that. For that, sacrifices have to be made, and I will sacrifice these children today." Sujata said that sacrifices are also given to loved ones. There are many such sages and masters who have sacrificed their homes and are absorbed in devotion to the Lord by going to the lap of the Himalayas and doing penance. If you had really done devotion with your heart, you would have followed the same path instead of snatching the lives of these children today. You know very well that it is very difficult to cultivate for years and years, and a few at a time. It is very easy to get something from black magic by killing children, but you should remember that you cannot get away with any sin. Even if you do that today, you won't survive. Destiny will definitely play something with you. So there's still time to let go of these kids. Take our lives if you want." On this, Narsingh did not say anything, and he kept on offering sacrifice in the pool by chanting the mantra. Seeing all this, Sujata was very nervous. His eyes fell on the innocent children who were standing in a circle around Narsingh. That Tantrik is too late. He kept on chanting mantras and offering sacrifices. After that, he made a girl sit beside him, and then after chanting some mantras, he put red kumkum on her forehead. The next moment, he put a garland of yellow flowers around the girl's neck and then sprinkled rice on her. Sujata and Ramesh were watching all this with tears in their eyes. Seeing all this, Sujata said, "We made a big mistake. If we had told all this to the rest of the people that day, then at least so many children would not have sacrificed this Tantrik today." Ramesh was also regretting his mistake, but now he couldn't do anything about it. Sujata. She saw the statue of Mother Kali in front of that pool and started praying in her mind that, "Oh Mother, you saved these innocent children in some way." Other than that, she doesn't want anything else. Now, was this the effect of Sujata's prayer or something else? Sujata received a strong electric shock in her body and she started trembling. Seeing this, Ramesh panicked and asked her what happened to Sujata. But Sujata didn't say anything. He felt his body losing control, but at the same time, he felt an energy in the nerves of his body. Sujata's eyes closed in a moment. Seeing this, Ramesh screamed loudly. Sujata, what happened to you? Open your eyes. But Sujata's eyes were closed. On hearing Ramesh's voice, Narsingh stopped chanting his mantras and looked at Sujata, who was unconsciously tied to the trunk of the tree. Seeing this, Narsingh got up and went to him. He brought his horrible face very close to Sujata's face, and he started trying to see what had happened to it. But the next moment he opened his eyes. There was a flame of anger in her eyes, and she also said to Narsingh with her teeth in anger, "The Tantrik names the sin committed by him as the will of the goddess." As she spoke, Sujata angrily thrust, and at the same time, the ropes tied to her body broke and fell like a raw thread. He stared at all this with tears in his eyes. He could not understand how a delicate woman like Sujata had so much strength. Before he could understand anything, Sujata walked towards him and then grabbed him by the neck and lifted him up in the air. Ramesh, on the other hand, was watching all this with tears in his eyes. He could not understand how his wife had gained so much strength. At the same time, seeing death so close, the Tantrik told those children to catch this woman, but no child came forward. They were all completely frozen in their place. With all this, the Tantrik was very surprised that why these children were not believing him. The next moment, Sujata picked up Narsingh and threw him away. As soon as he fell down, Narsingh started trying to control himself. On the other hand, Sujata picked up the trident kept nearby and pierced Narsingh's chest without wasting much time. Narsingh groaned. That trident on his chest. He had passed away, and now he began to see his death in front of him. On the other hand, darkness began to fall in front of Sujata's eyes, and she fell unconscious there. Ramesh kept calling out to Sujata, tied with ropes, but Sujata did not answer his question. After some time, someone splashed water on her face, which made Sujata conscious. As soon as she regained consciousness, she found Ramesh sitting right next to her. At the same time, all those children were also gathered around him. Seeing all this, Sujata said with surprise, "Am I having a dream in which you all are fine?" Ramesh smiled and said, "This is not a dream, it is a reality. Today, with the blessings of God, all the children are absolutely fine." Sujata said in surprise, and she said, "Doctor, Ramesh, we will talk about this later, but right now we all get out of here with the kids." After this, Ramesh and Sujata returned with all the children and the idol of Mother Kali. Seeing all the children safe, everyone was happy. Ramesh told everyone that that night he had seen a Tantrik taking away the children. So he and Sujata followed him into the forest and killed the Tantrik and saved him. If he did not save the children at the right time, all the children would have been killed. Ramesh and Sujata received a lot of applause from all this. At the same time, Ramesh came home and told Sujata the whole thing about how he had killed that Tantrik. All the children who were under the influence of that Tantrik became completely normal as soon as the Tantrik died, and when they came to their senses, they had forgotten the whole story. It was he who freed Ramesh by untying the rope. Ramesh and Sujata still live there, and now they have a lot of faith in their mother Kali, because she is probably the mother's mother. It was a miracle that Sujata changed like this at that time, and today all the children were absolutely fine because of this. Friends, God in this whole universe, or God on this earth, is in front of us in different forms. But no God says, "You should sacrifice this kind of sacrifice or do such sinful deeds to please me," regardless of who you belong to or from any religion. But I can say that no religious scripture can tell us that if you want to please this Almighty God, then you have to do these sinful deeds. Of all religions, the essence is that you become a good human being, and the biggest religion is to serve people. But we become victims of this dark, dark world only by coming to the words of a few people. There are some tantrics and so on who think that they can become powerful by doing such despicable acts. See, a saint is the only right one who renounces everything and takes refuge in God only and wants the good of the common people and does not see any selfishness in the common people. So friends, this was our story today. Do tell us how you liked the story by commenting. And those who have not yet subscribed to the channel must subscribe to the channel. Take care of yourself and your family. I, your friend, will meet you soon with a new story. Thank you.